In 1985, 8-year-old John Bennett is a friendless only child living in Norwood, Massachusetts, a suburb of Boston, who wishes for his new Christmas gift, a jumbo teddy bear named Ted, to come to life and become his best friend. The wish coincides with a shooting star and comes true. Word spreads and Ted briefly becomes a celebrity. 27 years later, John N. are 35 and Ted are still living in Boston, and are still staunch companions enjoying a hedonistic life. John is dating Lori Collins, whom he met at a dance club. As their 4th anniversary approaches, Lori hopes to marry John, but feels he cannot move forward in life with Ted around. John is hesitant about making Ted leave, but he is persuaded to act when they find Ted at home with a group of prostitutes after their anniversary dinner. John finds Ted his own apartment and a job at a grocery store, where Ted begins dating his coworker Tammy Lynn. Lori learns that John has been skipping work, using her as an excuse to reluctantly continue to spend most of his time with Ted. John and Lori are invited to a party put on by Lori's womanizing manager Rex, but Ted lures John away to a party at his apartment with the pressured offer to meet Sam J. Jones, the star of their favorite film, Flash Gordon. John intends to stay only a few minutes, but gets caught up in the occasion. Lori finds John there and tearfully breaks up with him. A furious John blames Ted for ruining his relationship with Lori and disowns him. John and Ted confront each other about their ruined friendship and then fight, but manage to reconcile after a violent brawl in John's hotel room, resulting in John being crushed by a television. To repair John's relationship with Lori, Ted arranges for an old lover, singer Norah Jones, to help by having John express his love for Lori with a song during her concert that Lori and Rex attend. He does an off-key rendition of the Octopussy theme song, All Time High, by Rita Coolidge, and is booed off stage. Lori is touched by the attempt and returns to her apartment, where Ted confesses to his role in John's relapse and offers to leave them alone forever if she talks to John. Lori is persuaded, but Ted is kidnapped by Donnie, a mentally unstable stalker who idolized Ted as a child. Donnie plans to make Ted into his brutish son Robert's new toy. Ted manages to reach a phone to contact John, but is immediately recaptured by Donnie and Robert. Realizing that Ted is in danger, John and Lori locate Donnie's residence and track him to rescue Ted. The chase leads to Fenway Park, where John punches Robert, knocking him out, but during the chase, Ted is damaged and falls onto the field, ripped entirely in half. A police car arrives, forcing Donnie to flee. John and Lori get her Ted's stuffing and Ted relays his wish that John be happy with Lori, before the magic in Ted fades away, making him a normal teddy bear again. Unwilling to lose Ted, a distraught John and Lori rush back to her apartment and unsuccessfully attempt to repair Ted. Feeling sad about her part in the incident, Lori makes a wish on a shooting star while John is asleep. The next morning, Ted is revived as a result of the wish and reunites with John and Lori, encouraging them to resume their relationship. John then finally proposes to Lori and she accepts. Sometime later, John and Lori are married, with Sam Jones as the presiding minister, and Ted comfortably accepts having a life of his own, as he and Tammy Lynn continued their love affair. Sam Jones attempts to restart his career and moves in to a studio apartment with Brandon Routh, who starred in the god-awful Superman movie. Rex gives up his pursuit of Lori, falls into a deep depression, and dies of Lou Gehrig's disease. Donnie gets arrested by the Boston Police Department for kidnapping Ted, but the charges are dropped because the situation was not realistic. Robert hires a personal trainer, loses a significant amount of weight, and goes on to become Taylor Lautner.